Okay, we're live. Yes, we are. Right, so let's just repeat what we did yesterday. But yesterday, yesterday I couldn't do as much development as I wanted to. Today, of course, we'll start with some DSA, probably a few questions I try to upsolve from the last contests, right? And then I have to make some decent progress in the development part in that stupid project that I'm building. Okay, so let's go. Let's start with Leetcode. Let's see the POTD. It's an easy question. You're given an integer array. Start by selecting a starting position such that equal to 0. Either after that, repeat the following process if wait. Start by selecting a starting position current such that you have to choose a number 0. Choose a movement direction either left or right. After that, you repeat the process. If current is out of the range 0 to n minus 1, now is current equal to 0. Move in the current direction by incrementing current if you're moving right or decrementing current if you're moving left. Else nums current is greater than z, else comes y1. Okay. So he is telling me to choose an index that is 0. Alright. After that, if once that is 0, you choose a 0. You move in the direction by incrementing, or if you're moving right or decrementing. We can either move right or left, right? If it's greater than 0, we decrement it by 1. Reverse your movement direction. Left becomes right and vice versa. Take a step in your new direction. Selection of the initial position current. Initial position current and movement direction is considered valid if every element in nums becomes 0 by the end of the process. Extremely trash description. I'm unmuted, right? Okay. So it's starting from here and it then goes on 2, decrements it, then goes to 0, then goes on 3, then decrements it, then goes on 1, decrements it, and goes from 0, it went to 1, it decrements it, then went to right, decremented it, then went to left. Okay, so it's kind of like we are oscillating. And what's uh, this thing? There are no possible values, so it's kind of like we are oscillating from left to right. So it starts from here. Yeah, let's actually try to simulate one case. We have 10203, 10203. I'll make some small. What's this? It starts from here, like, then it goes here, 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 right? At this point, like, it becomes 1 here, this becomes 2, this becomes 0 here, this becomes 1, then he goes till. Oh, so do we have to find a 0 whose sum on the left is equal to the sum on the right? I think that's what this is asking me, because for here this 0 has 4, 3, 7, 2, 9 and 4 and 5, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, it has to be this. You have to find a 0 whose sum on the left is equal to the sum on the right. Okay. I think this is, and then what do we have to return? Return the number of possible valid sections. Selection of initial. Okay. Okay, that's why it's easy. I see. So we can maintain a total sum. No, yeah. Int n equals to my. You know what? I'm from Delhi, and it has become so cold recently that I'm struggling to type right now. Int n int total equals to okay. After that, am I missing something? For every one decrement in left, it will go to one decrement in right. Hmm. Yeah. हाय ब्रो, हाय विजेंद्र ब्रो, हाय ब्रो पार्थिव है ब्रो। आज का प्रॉब्लम मेरे से ही हुआ और फुल्ली ब्रूट फोर्स करो। अच्छा पार्थ ब्रो, दिस इज योर न्यू आईडी, यू डिडंट कम फ्रॉम दिस आईडी यस्टरडे। आज का प्रॉब्लम मेरे से ही हुआ और फुल्ली ब्रूट फोर्स करो। हाँ अच्छा, व्हाट्स द लिमिट? मैंने लिमिट, ओ भाई अच्छा, आई डिडंट सी द लिमिट, आई एम स्टूपिड। फुल्ली ब्रूट फोर्स करो, इट मेक्स सेंस, बट आई थिंक ऑफ दिस ऑब्जर्वेशन कि आपका जीरो तभी बनेगा जब आपके लेफ्ट में भी जितने एलिमेंट्स का सम होगा वो इक्वल होगा राइट में जितने एलिमेंट्स हैं, राइट? क्योंकि वो एक बारी इधर जाएगा तो एक बारी इधर जाएगा, उसे बाहर नहीं जाने देना। हम्म अगर जैसे यहाँ पर था, यहाँ का सम मान लो 4 होता, यहाँ का होता 3, तो ये पहले अगर लेफ्ट जाता तो ये 3 होता, तब ये 3 होता, फिर इधर जाता तो ये 2 बनता, तो फिर ये इधर जाता तो ये 2 बनता, ये 3 बनता, फिर इधर जाता तो 2 और 2 1 और 2 1 और 1 0। हाँ, तो इवन 4 3 विल वर्क। Here it was 3 3। हाँ, आई मीन ब्रूट फोर्स मेक सेंस, लेकिन ये आई थिंक दिस ऑब्जर्वेशन इज आल्सो करेक्ट। int prefix sum equals to 0 for int le of ps, for int le of arr, if le equals to 0 if le equals to 0, अगर दोनों के बीच का डिफरेंस 1 है तो the answer would be 1। हाँ if, हाँ I see, I mean brute force is obviously an option, but I think this would return in a more optimized way if L equals to 0। एक इटरेटर भी बना, अबे यार I hate doing this। int I equals to 0, I less than and I plus plus int L equals to I, and I is not equal to 0 and minus 1। okay, then what you want to do is if difference int left int right sum equals to your total minus ps, as clear as that, total minus ps, if absolute difference, it's absolute right sum minus prefix sum, if it's equals to 1, then answer plus plus, if the absolute this, right, if else, if right sum minus left sum equals to 0, answer plus equals to 2, yeah, that is it. Right, this is what it's expecting us to do. Right, sum minus ps, sorry. Acha, oh, okay, wait. We're not adding ps plus equals to le. Wrong answer. Oh, expected is 2. Why is expected 2? What do we want to choose a process? Oh, if n equals to 1 and here are 0 equals to 0 and 2. Come on, expected as 1. Okay, my case is breaking because I'm doing this 0 and 1. For this we need to check the left sum is already 0. Right. Why am I even doing this? If I remove this condition, right, and if I remove this too, then I use these test cases. Yeah, why did I add that condition? And still it's 50%. Nah, but our approach is actually correct. I don't know why wasn't it. Yeah, our approach, if left some minus, yeah, the approach is correct. Our approach is correct. Check this test case 3 answer. Yeah, bro, this worked. This is your new ID path. You know what? I was thinking to upsolve a few problems from the contests. Lexicographically, smallest permutation greater than target. What did I even do here? ABC. Both having length n consisting of lower case English characters, return the lexicographically smallest permutation of s. That is strictly greater than target. Right, so okay, I have solved this. Why am I solving this then? Okay, I've solved this. This was 472. This has an acceptance rate of 17%. Wow. We're given a string S consisting of only the characters A, B, and C. A substring of S is called a balance if all listing characters in the substring appear the same number of times. Return the length of the longest balanced substring of S. अच्छा, जितने भी distinct characters है, they appear the same number of times and the limit is 10 raised to 5. So we can't do it in n square. Why was my summation wrong? Okay, it's only made out of A, B, and C. Now I'm watching. Would you solve Leetcode 696? Bhai, I mean, I'm currently trying to solve the problems I couldn't solve in the contest. Basically trying to upsolve, but I'll have a look on this problem. Count binary substrings. talking about this, right? 696. Return the number of non-empty substrings that have the same number of zeros and ones, and all the zeros and ones in this substring are grouped consecutively. That have the same number of zeros and ones, okay, and all the zeros and ones are grouped consecutively. Okay, so it's 0011, right? 01, 110. Okay, and what's the length? It's 10 raised to 5. So in this question, we'll get out of this. Right. Right, we are given the string. In this string, this would be an answer. This would be an answer. This would be an answer, right? And this would be an answer. So we have 4 answers, right? For this 6. Okay, yeah, this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I missing? This, this, this. What am I missing? 0011 01 110. Oh, okay, okay. This would be an answer. So we'll have to maintain a sliding window. We'll have to maintain a sliding window in this. Yeah. Okay. So we'll start from here. If it's the same character, keep on matching. If it's a new character, matching here. Has only single character, so new allowed. You will count the frequency of new. Here, since this comes, so then you will start shrinking your sliding window. Okay. You start shrinking your sliding window. You go here. You go here. The answer. Yeah, from a string like this, you can count how many substrings would be valid. Yeah, it's always going to be even length. And from there, 3689 तुमने सॉल्व किया है? Let me see 3689. Yes bro, I have solved it. When was this? Was this in a contest? You need to choose. I don't even remember when did I solve this. But yeah, this easy question looks kind of smart. अच्छा we I think I'm over complicating it. पहली विंडो यहाँ तक चलेगी. अब इसके अंदर से we'll find 4 एक and 2 answers. We'll find 2 answers, right? अब उसके बाद दूसरी विंडो यहाँ तक चलेगी. इसके अंदर से we'll find 2 answers, right? And that window would shrink from 0 0. That window will shrink till 0 0. And फिर यहाँ से चलेगी, उसके अंदर से we'll find 2 answers. Yeah, makes sense. फिर 1 0 1 0 1. 1 0 1 0 1 के केस में पहली विंडो यहाँ तक चलेगी, we get 1. दूसरी विंडो फिर यहाँ तक 2 3 4. Yeah, I think this is the simple logic. I'm over complicating it. I don't know. Intel equals to 0. int r equals to 0, int n equals to s dot length r is less than your n. Okay, now what you want to do, you maintain a bool of both equals to as false. Now अगर if both equals to false, right, what we do is, if both equals to false, you keep on adding both false है, so you just do r plus plus and continue. I think so, yeah. अगर both false हैं तो हम चेक करेंगे int not int car current equals to s of r, दोनों नहीं हैं, we do this contest problem. Okay, I will come in an hour. Okay bro, sure, bye bye. both equals to दोनों नहीं है, they have the same number of zeros and one. int z count equals to 0, int o count equals to 0. ओनली एक है, दोनों आ रखे हैं, ओनली एक है. if you can say r equals to 0, so what you got to do is, you got to do r plus plus, you need nothing but continue, not continue, r plus plus and continue. ठीक है, अब you will check if current is not equal to s r minus I, तो मतलब नया आया है, तो then both equals to true, नया आया है. Am I overcomplicating it? Equal number of consecutive. Wait, definitely not an easy. I did not find it intuitive. Think of this in maths perspective. Yeah, I feel like I'm overcomplicating it since it's rated as easy. Definitely not an easy. I mean, yeah, or probably I'm just too dumb. If both equals to true, think of this as maths perspective. What's the length? It's 10 raised to 5, right? So it isn't either. Let's go with this logic. अगर both आ गए तो both equals to true, and even then nothing, you just r plus plus and continue. ठीक है, अगर करंट पिछले से इक्वल है तो बोथ भी फॉल्स रहेगा, तो देन यू जस्ट डू r प्लस प्लस एंड कंटिन्यू, दैट्स इट. ठीक है, अगर करंट पिछले से इक्वल नहीं है तो मतलब 0 और 1 दोनों आ गए, बट वी ऑल्सो हैव टू मेंटेन 0 एंड we also have to maintain the count of 0 and 1. Bro, let's make a function. I don't want to clutter my code. Increase count of, we're gonna give you a value of int and count, int and count and car x, if x minus 0 equals to x minus 0 equals to 0, 0 count and one count. If x minus equal to 0 count plus plus कर दो, else 1 count plus plus कर दो, right, and you're done. That is it. ठीक है, अब increment count, z count, 1 count and your car. What is your car? Current. That is it. Bhai, I feel like I'm overcomplicating it for no fucking reason. Right? Has to be. Else. The thing is, this has a 60% acceptance rate. So, what am I missing? Okay, both equals to false. Am I missing something? Number of non-empty substrings and all the zeros and ones are grouped consecutively. Oh wait. Okay. No. I think somebody is giving me a hint, but I just realized I could do something like this. Wait. Yeah, I am definitely overcomplicating it. Yeah, so we had this string, right? We had this string. So in this we just gonna maintain the count. We just gonna make a new array that's going to count the consecutive zeros and ones. So it's going to return 2, 2, 2, 2. I think this would give me an answer. Right, so this would return as, now 2 zeros and 2 ones. They're going to return 2. They're going to return this 2, right? And then these two will return 2. Yeah, I was absolutely overcomplicating it. Right, we had a 0 1 0 1, right? This, for this the array would become 1 1 1 1 1. So the answer would be iska ek, iska ek, iska ek, iska ek. Bro, this absolutely stupid. I don't need any of this. That's why it's easy. जिस अप्रोच से मैं कर रहा था वो तो इतनी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड बन रही थी. So we just make a vector int temp for rc of s. For rc of s, int count equals to 0, in count equals to 0. Prev equals to s0. What we want to do is we want to see if your c equals to prev. C is equals to your prev. So you just gonna increment count. ठीक है ना? अगर पिछले के इक्वल नहीं है तो आप temp dot push back your count and count plus plus. Yeah, that's it. Int answer equals to 0 for int I equals to 0 I less than temp dot size. हमें temp dot size -1 तक जाना पड़ेगा. I plus plus answer plus equals to max between temp I comma not max min, right? If let's say we had a 1 1 triple 0 1, so it's going to be 2 3 and 1. तो यहाँ से we'll get 2, यहाँ से we'll get 1. Yeah, answer is going to be min between temp I and temp I plus 1. And we also have to update previous equals to C. That is it. So far we must be having a, let me see what's a new array. Current LE of temp cout LE. Bro, I can't type. What? We're getting 1 2 and 3 and 4. Why? It should be okay. I'm set count equals to 0. What am I doing? So the count is 2 1 1 1 0 0. Bro, we start from this. If c equals to prev, तो हम काउंट को बढ़ा देते हैं. अगर पिछले के इक्वल नहीं है तो हम काउंट को डालेंगे, काउंट को 0 बनाएंगे. और previous equals to your c. Count I think should always be 1. 2 2 2. We are not getting last 2. 1 1 1 1. We are not getting last 1. Let's run a test case of our own. 0 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 1. Okay, this should work now. Temp push back count. Yeah, that's what we needed. I actually got it in an OA yesterday. Okay, think of this as maths perspective. Just keep one variable, and if one count plus plus else solved it there. Yeah, this required a bit of an intuition. Did it get accepted? Yeah, it did get accepted. Sambhojay bhai. Just keep one count variable, and if one count plus plus else count minus minus, if that count is already in the map, answer plus plus, and then return answer. Okay, I'll have to think about that. I couldn't understand your approach. Ujjwal bro, did you solve it in the same exact way? Or did you use some other way? Not an easy. This is not a easy question. Hmm. That's why. See, are you using iPad to write or some drawing pad, bro? Rinku, bhai, I'm using this. It's just my mouse. Solved it there. Ujjwal, how did you solve? Was your approach same as Ambuja? Okay, proof state kind of logic. Yeah, but I think the code would have been too like complex, right? It was just about this has to be the simplest way. Let me see what's the simplest way is. No, they're using something else. I is less than size and j is less than size is fi. Hmm. Oh yeah, they're using the same logic as me. I just created a new vector. They're using the minimum of left contiguous and right contiguous. Makes sense. I just wrote all the values in the new one. Bro, honestly, this was a good question for a easy problem. I think the rating could be updated. Just see editorial ones. We convert the string into an array groups that represents. Yeah, this is exactly what I did. For every binary string of the form, linear scan. Okay, I solved it using this group by character. I think, what's your name? Sambhoje. Sambhoje, you're telling about this, I feel like. We can amend our approach one to calculate the answer on the fly. Instead of storing groups, we will remember only previous groups and current group. Then the answer is the sum of previous and current, right? On each level. Yep. If SI is not equal to answer equal to min and previous current equal to current or 1, else current plus equals to 1. They don't have CPP solution, but okay. Time complexity 1. Okay, come on, is this an easy question? Yeah, I was using a 2 pointer. That was disaster. Uh, This is good for an easy question. No, I meant to comment. Update the rating. Yeah, we were on this question. I think I'll just solve one more question. After that, I'll start going into like start with my project that I was building. You're given a string consisting of only A, B, and C. If all distinct characters in the substring appear at the same number of times, and this has a 17% acceptance rate. So see, my plan is that since I couldn't solve this in the contest, I'm not very hopeful that I'll be able to solve it now, right now. So I'll try to take some hints either from GPT or from some like editorial or from here itself and then see. But let's just first attempt myself again. Who knows? Maybe I can solve it. Yeah, so we're giving we want to find substrings that have we wanna find substrings that have same number of distinct cars, right? Cars can be A, B, or C. This should give us some sort of advantage that there can only be 3 characters. Cars can be A, B, and C. Hmm. So my approach in the contest was to store a triplet in a map. A triplet. Longest balanced substring. Let's take an example. Show your Leetcode profile once. New viewer. Bro, I am a new lead coder. This is my profile. I hope you saw it. Yeah, coming to not an easy. Yeah, I agree. That was not an easy question. What OA did you get it in? Ujjwal? You got it in an OA, right? What company OA? Double A B C. Yeah, let's take this. We want to find distinct substrings that have same number of distinct characters. So ये विंडो चलेगी, फिर इसके बाद ये भी चलेगी. So B is one. Hmm. So first of all, the answer for this is this, this, this. These are the three answers. These are the three answers. Right. Yeah. I remember what I wait. Bro. Okay, leave it. What? What I did in the contest, I remember we compare the frequencies. These are the characters that there can possibly be, and these are the indexes. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So at index 0, we have ones. At index 2, these are indexes, right? At index 1, we have 2. Then at index 2, we only have two ones, and yeah, it's only 2 from here, right? Now B is 0 here, 0 here. It comes at index 1 and then goes 0 and 0, right? And C is 0. No. B is 1 and 1, right? And C is 0, 0, 0, 1 and 2. Now what we want to find is these are the frequencies of A, B and C. Now let's see for this. Let's see for this index. Here we have two A's, one B and two C. We can either make it as the accepted versions are x x x or 0 0 x or like x x 0, right? If we're talking about frequency, either all three are present or only if one is present, right? Or two are present. Okay, so we want to convert this into some form like this. I don't even know if I'm going in the right direction. That's the point. I'm Uber away. I got 2 DP in 1 day. Not an easy. In my Uber away, I got 2 DP plus 1 disjoint set union plus hash map plus maths. Bro, Uber away is known to be extremely tough. Yeah, one of the hardest OA ever. Right. New sub. Thank you, bro. Yeah, Samboja, I feel like you're really high rated in Leetcode. I'm a complete beginner and I just started learning Python, C++. What should I start with for AI/ML engineer? Is it tough or moderate? Bro, I do not have that domain knowledge. I'm sorry. Hmm. Right. So the thing is, to find out this substring, frequency in this substring, we can just subtract this minus this, right? It's going to be 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Right. To find frequency like this. Hmm. Okay. Kind of like prefix sum we are subtracting. We make a prefix sum of frequencies and then try to subtract. So at this point, what are the possible options to find? We can either find 1, we can either find 1, 0, 1, right? We can either find 1, 0, 1. We can either find 1, 0, 1, or we could find 0, 1, 0, because that then it's going to make it 2, 0, 2, right? Makes sense. 2, 0, 2, even that's correct. 2, 0, 2. भाई घी खत्म हो जाए पर लीड कोड नहीं रुकना चाहिए. Bro, chill. What domain are you pursuing, bro? Bhai, I remember this problem. This is a, yeah, I can't solve this problem. What domain are you pursuing, bro? I am really bad at development, so I'm just trying to explore. I'm currently like doing web dev. It requires a lot of casework. Yeah, I feel like I should just look at hints at this point because I've already wasted a lot of time on this. It requires a lot of casework. What other problems? And this has a 17% acceptance rate. Didn't read this. Didn't even know prefix sum. Okay, so I am going with the prefix sum logic. I'm going with the prefix sum logic. So I feel like I'm on the right path. For every point, we would want to find frequencies. we can either find, like for 212 we can either find 101, try to find, because 101 से बन जाएगा ये 111. That is the correct answer. इस फॉर्म में your final answer should be in this form. What the hell, bro? You either find 101 or you find 010, right? Or you find 210, or you may find 210, right? Or हाँ. Hmm. Okay, so wait. I feel like I'm getting somewhere, or maybe I'm not. Let me just see. To get our answer correct, we can either make all three equal, right? All three equal, or we can make that only one exists, or we can make that only one exists, or we can make that only two exists. Kind of like this, right? So treat it as three different cases. To make all three equal, we would like to find a frequency of, but even in making all three equal, there are multiple cases, right? Here it's simple. It's 101, 101. What if it was like 5 4 5? Then to make all three equal, we could have a 101, or we could have a 212, right? Or we could have like a 323, 323. See, that's the point. So we can either make all three equal, then we can delete one. Bro, this is a stupid problem. You know what? 2 by 4, gang. My last one. Is this really medium? Yeah, this looks like a very tough problem. We're on 471, right? Let's go to 470 and see if we can solve a problem. Okay, I've solved this. I have solved this. Longest balance. You know what? Let's just. How many years of knowledge you had to get this level of developing? By developing, what do you mean? I'm in my 4th year of engineering, by the way, if that helps. Wait. Okay, so I am trying to upsolve a problem in contest that I couldn't solve. I'll give you the problem and I want you to act as a mentor without guiding me and spoon feeding me the solution. Nudge me in the right direction by giving me hints and check if I'm going in the right direction or not. Let me just attach the problem. If you have any questions, ask me. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so my current approach is that we maintain a unordered map whose key is a triplet. That triplet contains frequency of A, B, and C, kind of like prefix sum. And then I'm really confused how to proceed further. Now there are absolute counts. For example, if count of ABC earlier there and earlier, then the substring between them is balanced. Okay, so it's asking us to store the difference. Oh yes, that actually, okay, instead of storing, wait, I think I'm, instead of storing absolute counts of A, B, and C at each index, try think about relative differences between them, because what makes a substring balanced is equality of counts among present characters, not their absolute counts, right? For example, if we, okay, yeah, that's a good, that's a good thing. Why are we storing the absolute value? We should rather store the difference between A, B, and C. Okay, A minus B, B minus, but difference in forms or what? Different, we can say it's 2 here, A becomes 2 here, and it's 0 and it's 0. Let's keep difference in terms of A. Now B becomes 1. But then that's again just the frequency. That's again just the frequency now. C becomes 1. Now since C becomes 1, so hmm, wait. Let's just remove the A line and store. Let's try to like store A minus B and A minus C, I guess. A minus B and A minus C. Right. So at 0 we're gonna get 1. At 1 we're gonna get 2. Okay. Now for here B becomes 1. So the answer, okay. Here for B still 1. For C it's become 1. For C at this point it becomes 0. For A it still remains 1. Bro, I'm back. Hello, bro Parth. What's up? A minus B. A minus 0. Don't you think colleges just waste your time and all of it just delays what we wanted to achieve and grind on? I mean, that's an idealistic perspective if you're a really hardworking person. Like if I were to talk about me, I waste a lot of time on myself without any involvement of college. Yeah, but I get what you're saying. 3664. Please solve this problem. I'll add that in my to do, but I don't think so I'll be able to solve it today. You're given an integer array and two integers. Your task is to find minimum sum of a subarray whose size is between L and R and whose sum is greater than 0. Whose size is between L and R. Okay, that's the range of your size of subarray, and whose sum is greater than 0. Return the minimum sum of such subarray. If no such subarray exists, return -1. L and R, 2 से 3 के बीच में the subarray's length where the sum is greater than 0. Minimum sum of subarray whose sum is greater than 0. Okay, positive sum subarray with the minimum sum. And what's the range of L and R? It ranges from the entire one. Okay, I'll add this in my to do. Right. and I'll look at it. Okay. Now if it's like look at to make something. Okay, from this index we could remove this index and get this, right? ABC. Now for index 2, 0, 1, 2. How much time have we spent so far? It's been an hour. For this A, B, at this point, the difference of B with A becomes 0, right? And the difference of C with A remains 1. How does that make sense? Let's look at the solution. We don't have much time for this, bro. I'm sorry, but we gotta watch it. Leetcode 3714. Whom should we look at? New subscriber, thank you. I feel like pen and paper might be helpful.
हेलो गाइस वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। तो
Wait.
आज हम करने वाले हैं
Also, I get most of my classmates and my close friends not a big fond of grounding or coding. They just follow. I mean, that's how majority of the people are zero monarch. If everybody is grinding, then nobody is grinding. what, what year are you from? Zero monarch.
वीकली कॉन्टेस्ट 471 का प्रॉब्लम नंबर 3 लॉन्गेस्ट बैलेंस्ड सबस्ट्रिंग 2। ठीक है, तो ये प्रॉब्लम काफ़ी अच्छा प्रॉब्लम है। ठीक है, काफ़ी बार मेरा इसमें टाइम लिमिट आया था, तो इसको समझते हैं अच्छे से। सबसे पहले मैं आपको इसकी प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट समझा देता हूँ। प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट क्या है कि हम एक स्ट्रिंग गिवन है, एक कैरेक्टर की सबस्ट्रिंग देख रहे हैं। तो क्या क्या पॉसिबिलिटी है सबस्ट्रिंग्स बनने की, क्या क्या पॉसिबिलिटी है बैलेंस सबस्ट्रिंग बनने की। देखो, या तो कोई एक कैरेक्टर आ जाए है ना, या तो ओनली ए की सबस्ट्रिंग बन सकती है, या तो ओनली बी की सबस्ट्रिंग बन सकती है, या तो ओनली सी की सबस्ट्रिंग बन सकती है। ये तो हो गया जब हमारे पास सिर्फ हम एक कैरेक्टर की सबस्ट्रिंग देख रहे हैं। मेरी बात आप समझो, आपको समझ में आएगी। देखो, जब सिर्फ एक कैरेक्टर होगा तो क्या बन सकता है, ए ए ए, जब सिर्फ बी होगा तो बी 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 बी, ऐसे करके कुछ बनेगा। जब सिर्फ सी होगा तो सी सी सी, है ना। एक तो ये तीन पॉसिबिलिटीज है। और क्या पॉसिबिलिटी है, ये तो पॉसिबिलिटी हमने जब हमने सिर्फ एक कैरेक्टर को इंक्लूड किया। अब हम दो कैरेक्टर को इंक्लूड करें। अच्छा, पहले दो को छोड़, पहले तीन को देखते हैं। अगर हम तीन कैरेक्टर्स को इंक्लूड करें, तीनों सेम होनी चाहिए, तो क्या पॉसिबिलिटी है, ए बी सी आना चाहिए, नहीं तो ए ए बी बी सी सी आना चाहिए। इनका ऑर्डर आप मत ध्यान देना, ऑर्डर पे आप डिपेंड मत रहना। ठीक है, उस पर ध्यान मत दो। पर ये है कि ए दो बार आएगा, बी दो बार आएगा, सी दो बार आएगा, है ना। और अगर आप, तो ये तो हमारे पास सिर्फ एक ही कंडीशन आ रहा है कि ए बी सी जो है वो तीनों आ जाए, है ना। तो ठीक है, ये हो गया हमारा एक के लिए, मतलब तीनों अगर हम ले लें तो उसके लिए ये हो गया। एक के लिए मेरे पास तीन कंडीशन आई हैं, या तो ओनली ए, ओनली बी, ओनली सी। और एबीसी में क्या है, एबीसी में तो एक ही कंडीशन है, तीनों लेना ही है, तो फिर क्या सोचना है। और अगर मैं दो कैरेक्टर्स को इंक्लूड करूं एट ए टाइम, दो कैरेक्टर्स की सब स्ट्रिंग को मैच करने की कोशिश करूं, जैसे यहाँ पे है ए बी बी ए। ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर देखो दो कैरेक्टर्स को लेकर ना हमारी जो सब स्ट्रिंग है वो बैलेंस सब स्ट्रिंग है, वो सबसे लंबी सब स्ट्रिंग मिली है 4 लेंथ की। ठीक है, पर इसमें देखो सी इंक्लूड नहीं हुआ। तो ऐसी क्या क्या पॉसिबिलिटीज है, ऐसी पॉसिबिलिटी है या तो ए बी साथ में ले लो, या तो फिर बी सी की सब स्ट्रिंग ले लो, या फिर आप सी ए की सब स्ट्रिंग ले लो। ठीक है, इसमें भी हमारे पास कितनी पॉसिबिलिटीज है, इसमें भी हमारे पास तीन पॉसिबिलिटीज हैं। ऐसा क्यों होता है, आपको थोड़ा सा कॉम्बिनेशन से भी बता देता हूँ। यहाँ पे हमारे पास कितने कैरेक्टर्स हैं, तीन कैरेक्टर्स हैं। ठीक है, तो तीन में से एक चुनने के कितने तरीके होते हैं, ऑब्वियसली तीन होते हैं, आपको किसी वन की वैल्यू पता होगी। और तीन में से दो चुनने के कितने तरीके होते हैं, ये भी तीन ही होते हैं। आप ना सारे केसेस को हैंडल करो। ठीक है, तो एक एक करके
Why is this such a complex question? You're in your second year? What should I do? Also, I'm weak in communication skills in English. That's really important, bro. I mean, try to talk to as many people as you can in English because interviews में बहुत काम आती है. While typing, it feels so easy, but while talking with a person, I fumble and zone out. By the way, I'm in. Bro, start like go into some probably some like debating competitions. That's or public speaking. That's going to help you a lot. What's happening here?
हर केस को हैंडल करेंगे तो हमारा प्रॉब्लम बहुत इजीली सॉल्व हो जाएगा और आपको भी बहुत अच्छे से समझ में आ जाएगा। सबसे पहले मैं सबसे इजी पार्ट को हैंडल करूंगा। अगर मैं एक लेंथ की मतलब सॉरी एक कैरेक्टर की सबस्ट्रिंग को खोजने जरूरी कौन सी लंबी है, तो कैसे करेंगे? देखो, जैसे मान लो ए है, बी है, ए सी है ना, इसके आगे की बनाता हूँ सी सी ए बी 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 सी ए सी, ठीक है। मान लो ये कोई मेरी सबस्ट्रिंग है। अब इसके अंदर मुझे एक कैरेक्टर की सबस्ट्रिंग, मान लो ए या फिर बी या फिर सी, ठीक है। मुझे एक ही कैरेक्टर चाहिए और बताना है कि कौन सा जो अब सबस्ट्रिंग है। अगर मेरे को एक ही कैरेक्टर चाहिए और सबस्ट्रिंग है तो ये बहुत सिंपल बात है कि सारे कैरेक्टर साथ में ही होंगे तभी तो हो पाएगा। देखो, ये देखो, है ना। तो इनमें सबसे लंबा कौन सा है? ये वाला है। तो मुझे क्या रिटर्न करना है? मुझे 4 रिटर्न करना है। पर मैं ये निकालूंगा कैसे? कोड से कैसे निकालूंगा? देखो, कोड से निकालना भी तो बहुत ईजी है। आप पहले क्या करो, आप एक करंट लेंथ बना लो और एक मैक्स लेंथ बना लो, ठीक है। एक मैक्स बना लो, एक
He solves it in big O of n. That's crazy.
करंट लेंथ बना लो, ठीक है। मैक्स एंड करंट लेंथ। और क्या करो, आप करंट लेंथ को 1 से इनिशियलाइज कर दो और मैक्स को भी 1 से क्यों किया? क्योंकि देखो, एक ये जो शुरुआत वाला होगा यहाँ से जब आप लूप रन करोगे तो ये जो शुरू वाला होगा ये तो ऑलरेडी इंक्लूडेड है ना। इस यहाँ से थोड़ी शुरू करेंगे, लूप तो यहाँ से शुरू करेंगे क्योंकि ये तो ऑलरेडी एक वैलिड बैलेंस सबस्ट्रिंग है। ए इज अ वैलिड सबस्ट्रिंग, ठीक है। तो ये तो ऑलरेडी इंक्लूडेड है, इसलिए यहाँ पे हमने जो करंट लेंथ है वो 1 रखी है और मैक्स जो है उसको भी 1 से इनिशियलाइज किया है, ठीक है। अब अपने लूप में आगे बढ़ेंगे और पीछे वाले को चेक करते हुए चलेंगे। मान लो मैं बी पर हूँ तो
You know what? Let me just put it in my watch later. I don't think so I can understand it right now. This would require quite some attention. Yeah. Could we make it, bro? Make what? I mean, make in life? What do you refer by making? Turn out to be a casework problem. Yeah. From which college you are? I am from a college from IPU in Delhi.
वो बेसिकली ये क्या करेगा कि अब
You were here, right? What have we done? Okay, we wanted our clip drop API. Okay. This is going to be an image, by the way. Right. We are checking if plan is not premium, then feature is only available for paid users. Then using Axios for a post request. Response time would be a yeah, makes sense. Political pressure. Zero Monarch, I think you're talking too big right now, and I'm not the person to get into philosophical side of things. I'm just trying to make a full stack project here. Who is this philosopher in the chat? I mean, okay. I hope you do. I hope you do, bro. Zero Monarch. For the 2 years of at my B Tech, I was never really good at coding and tried to stay away from it. It was my third year that I'm actually giving everything a shot. Is it possible to turn things around? I mean, look at me. I'm in my fourth year. The only thing, the best time to start was like 1 week before, but the second best time to start is right now. So just do it, bro.
and
Yeah, we need to get a clip drop API. Wait, we can't get it for free? How did I sign in? Why is there no Google sign in? I knew that almost everyone starts in third year. Seriously, exactly. I'm in high school and feels I'm learning code too late. Exactly. You should have started in fifth. What do you mean? You're in your high school. You can only regret now. You know what? Let me hide the screen until I get that API. My screen is hidden, right? Yep. Okay, I've got my API key. Let me add it in my env clip clip drop API key. Yep, I've added it. Okay, done. Now we're gonna get process.env.clip drop API key. That's how I named it, right? I don't even know. How old are you, brother? I'm 21. I wished I learned coding at nursery. I'm 2023, graduated from D2 in CSE. Bro, you must be working in Fang or something. Just saw your live randomly. Okay, thanks to the YouTube algorithm. Why are you not using Postman and create your own APIs? See, Danish, the thing is, I am not that well versed with development. I'm trying to learn. Currently, like, I'm following a tutorial to make a full stack app so that I can at least put something in my resume. But yes, why not using? I have used Postman to create a super. I have used Postman to create an API of my own. But right now, I'm just making this to add like a. Why is this not process.env.gemini API? So why is this giving an error here? Process.env.clipDrop API key .env.gemini API, right? Did I do something wrong?
एंड यहाँ जो यहाँ पर मिल जाएगा आपको आना है एंड यहाँ जो
Oh, I'm stupid. You know what? Axios and fetch. I make wanna make nodes. So try to explain me all the cases where each one should be used and not be used. Am I just an overthinker? I guess I am, but I live like it's hell around me. That mess for traveling through buses. Shit, I can't afford a laptop right now. Coding on your smartphone? That's crazy. Thanks for it. What's up? Looks like you watch motivational gurus a lot, Zero Monarch. In Fetch, you need to pass the JSON, and that's a promise again. But in Axios, that step is gone. So what exactly do we use Fetch for if Axios is just better? What's your typing speed on monkey type? It would be around like right now it must be bad because it's cold in Delhi and I can't type at my full speed. Shit, bro. Because again, man, lead consider nev one change new by day me into ask and yeah, it's crazy. Even have not work say to about word system all before form 64. Yeah, a third party HTTP client library. Acha, fetch is built in. Okay, no installation needed. I have installed Axios, right? Axios automatically passes JSON and exposes it under data. ठीक है, then res अच्छा result के अंदर there's an object data that अच्छा parsing खुद हो जाती है. Rejected promise caught in catch. अच्छा network error ठीक है. Okay, HTTP error ये खुद कैच कर लेता है, ये आपको यहाँ पे चेक करना पड़ता है. Okay, can set defaults easily. Axios default headers common. Fetch me must set new headers manually every time or create a wrapper. So if fetch is so trash, why do we even use it? You want zero dependencies. You want native dependency free request. You're working in a modern browser, you need fine control. This is a whole topic in itself. I need to store this in my notes. Right. Axios versus fetch complete comparison. Hmm. Okay. We can have this. Copy text from anywhere on your screen. Okay. Error handling. We just want to learn the basic difference. अब इतना detailed में तो नहीं. I think we'll just also keep a note of error handling. That is it. Node.js support. Node.js में we can have an error handling and when to use and when not to use. For making requests, HTTP request. Axios versus fetch. In here we checking. Fetch करो और कोई error आए तो result और JSON और data. Okay. अच्छा, you have to add a step to parse in fetch, right? वो यहाँ पे करना नहीं पड़ रहा है. यहाँ पे we are simply Okay, okay, makes sense. Both are used for the same thing, but the parameters are different. And then fetch comes kinda inbuilt Axios in the internal. We will race someday. I will obviously lose. I told you one thing that's considerable other than GPT just shit it over the topic. Main thing, data handling. Handling promises in fetch, but not in Axios. Okay, so by handling promises, you're just telling me to handle it, handle the errors carefully, right? Because the default error handler of Express doesn't catch rejections in promise. That's what you're talking about, right, Vastav? That considerable chargeability. Main thing, data handling, JSON promise. Yeah, you're right. Data handling and JSON promise. Makes sense. Okay. Yeah, we're converting into a base 64 image.
the data and PNG format or JSON.
डेटा के अंदर से इमेज PNG को base 64 में convert कर रहे हो. Okay, so I guess this. What did you say? Handling promises in fetch. Errors are different and promises are different. You get the data from API, then it's a promise, right? And you need to resolve it to get real data. This is fetch, but in Axios, it auto resolves, provide you data. What? I mean, I can't understand what do you mean by resolve here. Then it is a promise, and you need to resolve it to get the real data. What do you mean by resolve here? I'm sorry, I used GPT for everything to learn. What is meant by resolve here? Pending resolved, right? Rejected. So when we say resolve a promise, it means wait for the promise to visit and get the result. Example with fetch. Oh yeah. Okay. So use away. Okay. I get it. So a promise can be pending, resolved, and rejected. Fetch करने के बाद we await it because it's asynchronous, and then we parse it. Okay. Axie also returns a promise, but it automatically resolves the response for you. Actual data already resolved and parsed. But we are still calling await. See, promises resolve or reject the request. That's what I mean. Right, use both and then you will get it. Learn promises completely and thoroughly. Sure, I will. Okay, I will. Placeholder for a future value to get the actual value from a promise when it's done. Right, fetch returns the raw promise. You must resolve it manually. Returns resolved promise. Resolve it manually. Not a data itself. Promise is resolved, but not the. Okay, so for. Oh, all right. So there are two asynchronous steps. First is to, of course, call the fetch, and then even for parsing it, we await it. I didn't check that. Okay, I didn't realize this. Even to parse it, we are calling an await. Rather than. Okay, I get it. I get it. Notice in fetch, you did use then, but not in Axios. Good, bro. Good, you got it. You could have worded that better. So when we resolve manually, we mean. Okay, I get it. Hmm. Which has double weight. Okay. Sir, I'm your biggest fan. You're my biggest fan. Bro, this is probably the first time you're watching my stream. आवाज नहीं आ रही. I don't have a mic. That's why. Let me see. Let me give a. I just hope this is better now. So many subscribers you have, bro. I mean, it's the YouTube algorithm. Thank you, by the way. Yeah, we got this. Let's convert this constant base 64 image. Data image. PNG. Base 64. Buffer from. Buffer from. Response. Right. He's taking it out from data. Yeah. Okay. Constant data. Not. Acha, we have to destructure it. Right. We have to destructure the data that we get, and it's already parsed because it's Axios. Buffer from data, it's in the form of binary. Okay, to string base 64. To string base 64. Base 64. Okay. Hmm.
तो नेक्स्ट मुझे यहाँ पर अपना इमेज को क्लाउडनरी के लिए रूप में करना है, तो सिंपली मैं यहाँ पर आऊँगा और क्लाउडनरी यहाँ पर सर्च करूँगा.
Cloudinary, I guess, is the storage. Cloudinary is where we'll be storing our images, right? Okay. What's the use of Cloudinary in a full stack AI SaaS? Cloudinary is a cloud-based media platform. It helps you store, right? Store, deliver, and transform images effectively. Okay. Images upload. Image transformation. Need to resize, crop, blur, watermark. Okay. There's the seed in delivery. Wait, I just. Okay. Content delivery network images are served super fast to the users. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Your college name and year. I'm from Mate. It's a college in Delhi and I'm in my fourth year. Why my hair so bad today? Hmm. Content delivery network. Okay.
तो क्लाउडनरी एंड यहाँ पर आने के बाद सबसे पहले तो मैं यहाँ पर तो साइन अप कर लूँगा गूगल एक सिंपली मुझे यहाँ से की निकलेगा मुझे यहाँ पर करना है फोटो एपीआई की यहाँ से मेरे पास में 2-3 की है तो मैं एक की अपना कॉपी कर लेता हूँ या फिर आपको जनरेट न्यू की यहाँ पर करना है सिंपली यहाँ पर जनरेट न्यू की करिएगा और आपके मेल को यहाँ पर सेंड कर दिया जाएगा कोड यहाँ पर ठीक है सो आपको वो कोड यहाँ पर एंटर करना है मैं फटाफट अपना कोड एंटर कर लेता हूँ और यहाँ पर मेरे पास में आ गया है आप चाहें तो यहाँ पर टाइम भी चेंज कर सकते हैं सो एंड सिंपली मुझे यहाँ से कॉपी कर लेना है एपीआई की को एंड मुझे डॉट फाइल आना होगा एंड तो यहाँ पर क्लाउड नेम करके मैं यहाँ पर बना लेता हूँ क्लाउड ठीक है
Name.
और इस क्लाउड नेम में हमको यहाँ पर पास करना है ये वैल्यू यहाँ पर क्लाउड नेम
Oh.
होगा वो हमको यहाँ
Okay.
पास करना होगा नेम और क्लाउड एपीआई की हो जाएगा एंड क्लाउड सीक्रेट तो नेम की जगह पर तो मैं यहाँ पर की पास कर देता हूँ ठीक है तो नेम की जगह एपीआई की है तो मैं करूँगा पास यहाँ पर पास हो जाएगा एपीआई की को जहाँ मेरे पास एपीआई की है तो मैं करूँगा पास यहाँ पर एपीआई की और एपीआई सीक्रेट की जगह ये
Okay.
बस ये यहाँ पर 3 चीज़ यहाँ पर मुझे पास करना है ठीक है तो इसके बाद मैं यहाँ पर कॉन्फिग में जो है आता हूँ कॉन्फिग में और यहाँ पर मैं एक फाइल यहाँ पर बना लेता हूँ
So I guess I need to do this. भाई कौन से ईयर में हो? भाई I am in my fourth year. How many questions you have done? Bro, not much. About 300 on Leetcode and some on Code Forces. You live alone or do you have a roommate? I actually live in my home with my parents. See, the issue I have right now is that in this tutorial, he's simply just adding so many things in a single step, so many API calls and so many API keys that once now I'll test this. If I do get an error, I'll be lost. ठीक कैसे करूँ भाई? So many things all added at once. It's 4:32. EMS scholarship. Where do you, bro? Can't we skip this for school? We can't change that. What? Okay. For personal use, one, and I'm a student. That is it. Done. Go to API keys. Oh shit, did I just? It's okay. let me like work with the can't disable the last active API key, must remain active. Okay. Cloudinary API key. What the hell? Cloudinary secret. Right. Gmail. Okay. You've gotten a secret. Let me store that here. And Cloudinary cloud name. Yeah, we are done with the env file, I guess. Right. Let me get this away from here. Okay. Screenshot off हो गया. Because I only know DSA. Hi, this are your EN. Bhai, that's the same thing with me. I only know DSA. That's the point, right? So that's why I'm like learning development now. Which earphones? Bhai, these are some simple earphones. Nothing special. Screenshot off हो गया. Yeah, I did that. Turn that off. Hi, this is your ENB. Is that actually my ENB? Clip drop AP. Did I show? Did I show you guys? Bro, did I see? Did I actually show you my? How did Nebula, bro? How did you get it? Did I show my ENV or what? Bruh. Okay, I'm stupid. Okay, I'm stupid then. And okay, now that I've shown it, is there any like precautions I can take? Or you're gonna just exploit it? I mean, it's free. Everybody can get their own, by the way. So we're getting the image, okay. Bro, give some suggestions. No, we will not. By the way, these keys are wrong. What's wrong here, Nebula? What's wrong here? Like, could you guide? Yeah, that's what I am thinking. Like, that tutorial guy is just adding so many things, so many features in a single step without testing that once I run this and I get an error, I'll be clueless. की गलती कहाँ हुई है? Give some suggestions for what? Dhamaka, bro. Even I am weak in development. You could very well see that. मैं भी तो सीख ही रहा हूँ, bro. Start making some things. Because when you shared the screen, then there was no text wrapped, so whole was not visible. Oh, okay, okay, okay. These keys are wrong, don't worry. I get it. Thankfully, I had no text wrap. I thought maybe I had some like code error in my keys. No worries. We'll generate image here. We made an image.
तो मुझे यहाँ पर and process dot env dot ordinary
What we do? Cloudinary. V2, right? That's V2 as Cloudinary. What? Cloudinary, right? Constant connect Cloudinary. Wait, did we install Cloudinary? Let me just see that. Connect Cloudinary. It's an asynchronous function, of course. We give our cloud name, API key, and API secret. In the form of, okay, cloud name. We have our cloud name and cloud API key. Cloud secret, I guess. API key, API secret. API secret. Get out. Process dot env dot cloudinary cloud name. That's how I saved it. I'll have to check. Cloudinary API key cloud the hell. Cloudinary API secret. Okay. Like entire API key was not there, only some part was visible. I understand. Hi bro. First year, no bro, I'm actually in my fourth year. Suggestions on what type of project should I do? I have no clue myself, bro. Why is there an error here? Okay. API secret.
अब मैं यहाँ default connect cloudinary अब मैं यहाँ पर पास कर देता हूँ सबसे पहले cloudinary name और हो जाएगा cloudinary name cloudinary API key so cloudinary API
Yeah, let me check if my naming convention is right or not. Your screen is not visible. Cloudinary API key, Cloudinary secret, Cloudinary cloud name. Cloudinary secret. API key, cloud name, secret. We have API key, cloud name, and secret. Right? Cloud. Okay. Yes. All right. What is my proficiency? What do you mean by proficiency? I'm from IPU college in Delhi, from a random IPU college in Delhi.
सो क्लॉड तो अब मैं यहाँ पर आऊँगा
Once we actually run this, this is going to give so many errors. I
यहाँ पर
know.
मैं सबसे पहले
I
ऊपर
already know.
जाऊँगा और जो क्लॉड होता है ये मैं यहाँ पे इसको पास करूँगा एंड तो इसकी जगह पर मैं यहाँ पर करूँगा कॉन्स्ट तो मैं जगह सिक्योर यूआरएल सो सिक्योर यूआरएल इक्वल टू अवेट और जो हमारा क्लॉड होगा क्लॉड डॉट अपलोडर डॉट तो अपलोड और यहाँ पर हो जाएगा 864 इमेज ओके तो एग्जैक्ट यही है बट यहाँ पर जो मुझे करना होगा कि इंसर्ट क्रिएशन जो करना है यूजर आईडी और यहाँ पर मुझे प्रॉम्प्ट देने की जरूरत नहीं है प्रॉम्प्ट कुछ ऐसे नहीं और कंटेंट जो होगा टाइप और इसके अलावा मैं यहाँ पर करूँगा तो फिक्स ठीक है और यहाँ पर वैल्यू में भी मैं यहाँ पर यूजर आईडी प्रॉम्प्ट और हमारा यहाँ पर होगा
Why isn't he adding prompt?
सिक्योर यूआरएल ठीक है इन तीनों को पास करूँगा एंड यहाँ पर इमेज ठीक है और तो इमेज एंड यहाँ पर डॉलर साइन और यहाँ पर रहेगा पब्लिश
So he's in the content he's uploading prompt. Okay.
फॉल्स ठीक है एंड जो हमारा प्लान ये तो मुझे नहीं ठीक है उसके बाद यहाँ पर सक्सेस यहाँ पर होगा और कंटेंट में यहाँ पर पास करूँगा सिक्योर यूआरएल को ठीक है तो मैं से नेगोशिएट मुझे यहाँ पर आएगा
Okay. We need to import Cloudberry first. Constant secure URL, right? Secure URL equals to await cloudinary dot uploader dot upload. Okay, अच्छा we just give our image. We just give our image जो हमने यहाँ से ली थी. Okay. And we are destructuring publish. No, we are not even destructuring publish. From the request.body, we need publish. Right, because in our client, we'll take publish from the client. Okay, okay. We plan from request.plan. Okay, we're taking publish. And now here in the content, he's pasting the prompt. Okay. Was the content a not null field? Let me check. So the content cannot be null. That's why even the prompt cannot be null. So how is he pushing into the table without any value of prompt? No. He's pushing in the con. I'm confused. Wait. भाई वीडियो दूसरे लैपटॉप में देख रहे हो क्या? Which video, bro? Bro, one question. Yeah, ask, bro. वीडियो दूसरे लैपटॉप में देख रहे हो? Nah, bro, I don't have any other laptop. Everything is on this laptop. See, I'm a bit confused here. So we're taking prompt and publish. Plan is not premium. Hmm. Hmm. So in the content he's giving prompt, and in the type 1 2 3 4 5. See, he has written 4 columns here, and he is passing in 1 2 3 4, 5 values. What is this guy doing? So for user ID, content type, and yeah, I think he has made a mistake. So we need to give an user ID prompt, content type, and publish. So everything is going to be the same. We just need to prompt content type and publish, right? Import into creations. That is what it is, right? Okay. So user ID, in the prompt we are giving prompt, we are destructuring it. In the content we could actually give the secure URL. Content type is image, and for publish, right? I think he has made a mistake here. Yeah, bro, I'm watching that tutorial. That's why I'm watching that tutorial. That's why you could hear that. But I feel like that guy has made a mistake here.
सिक्योर यूआरएल को, ठीक है? तो मैं इससे नहीं को एरर मुझे यहाँ पर आएगा और वो एरर नहीं, ठीक है? तो हमारा
The content, you're gonna give your secure URL. Acha, we don't need to increase the free usage because this is exclusively for premium users. Okay. Hmm. Okay.
हमारा यहाँ पर जो इमेज फीचर था वो भी यहाँ पर क्लियर हो गया। अब हमको इसी तरीके से बैकग्राउंड रिमूव के लिए करना है। तो सिंपली मैं यहाँ से कॉपी करता हूँ इसको।
Let me recheck this again. Error from image generator. Just to restructure. I know I should be using a global error handler. I'll probably do that once it starts working fine. Okay. So we are taking the user ID prompt and publish. Right, we're taking a plan. I think neither did he destructure publish. Okay, he did. I missed. That's my mistake. Hmm. And again, I feel like this is a mistake because he's checking if the plan is not premium and free usage is greater than 10. It should be a simple check of plan premium or not. Okay, this is the next one.
कंटेंट में यहाँ पर पास करूँगा सिक्योर यूआरएल को
Plan is not premium. We are returning a forbidden feature only available. Then we are calling the API key, the base 64 image. Secure URL. इसके में भी ऐड कर दिया यूजर आईडी prompt content type is image and publish success to one content. Okay, so looks correct from the top of it. uh, what did I name the service? Image generator. Generate image doesn't matter. Okay, leave it. Remove background. Let's have live chat here. I didn't realize.
ठीक है तो मेरे से नहीं तो ईयर मुझे यहाँ पर आएगा और वो ईयर नहीं ठीक है सो बैकग्राउंड रिमूव के लिए भी करना है और सो
Did I async right?
रिमूव इमेज बैकग्राउंड ठीक है सो रिमूव इमेज बैकग्राउंड के लिए करना होगा सो यहाँ पर मेरे पास मैं यूजर आईडी यहाँ पर पास करूँगा एंड कॉन्स्ट इमेज यहाँ पर मुझे फाइल पास करना है तो रिक्वेस्ट डॉट फाइल ठीक है रिक्वेस्ट डॉट फाइल मुझे यहाँ पर फाइल और प्लान करना है अगर प्लान प्रीमियम नहीं है तो दिस फीचर वही यहाँ पर सेम करना है एंड इसके बाद फॉर्म डाटा है इसको यहाँ पर हटाना होगा और यहाँ पर सबसे पहले मुझे कॉन्स्ट सिक्योर यूआरएल इसको मैं करता हूँ अवेट और यहाँ से मैं क्लाउडनरी डॉट अपलोड ठीक है अपलोडर डॉट अपलोड
Okay, he uploads the
और यहाँ पर
image
मैं
the user
करूँ
gives.
अगर प्लान प्रीमियम नहीं है
Remove background. He's taking in user ID. He's taking in image. Right. Okay, he's not destructuring it because that is not how it is. And plan is destructured. Plan is not premium. Okay, then he's gonna upload it. Constant your URL equals to cloudinary.loader.upload your image. That's how he's doing it, right?
तो इसके बाद मुझे ये जो फॉर्म डाटा है इसको यहाँ पर हटाना होगा और यहाँ पर सबसे पहले मुझे कॉन्स्ट सिक्योर यूआरएल और
Why did I not await? I'm stupid.
अपलोड
Okay.
के अंदर इफेक्ट डॉक्यूमेंट में भी आऊँ
Okay, so Cloudinary itself removes background.
बैकग्राउंड ठीक है सो अगर मैं डॉक्यूमेंट में भी आऊँ और डॉक्यूमेंट सेक्शन और बैकग्राउंड रिमूव में आऊँ तो सिंपली यहाँ पर मुझे ये जो पेस्ट करना रहता है तो मुझे यहाँ पर
Post. And its body must be a multi-part form data. That is one image file. Image file. File field will the original image to process.
को पास करना आता है एंड क्योंकि मैं
Cloudinary remove background API. Not Cloudinary. He's in clip drop.
ऑलरेडी इन सबको यहाँ पर पास करता हूँ तो ठीक है
I don't get it. He's checking the clip drop API, but calling the Cloudinary.
ऑलरेडी इन सबको यहाँ पर पास करता हूँ तो सिंपली ठीक है एंड मैं
Wait.
यहाँ पर जो इसको सेव करूँगा वो प्रॉम्प्ट कंटेंट और यहाँ पर हो जाएगा पब्लिश हो जाएगा मैं यहाँ पर
He checked the clip drop API, but he's actually calling the Cloudinary API. What? He's doing this right. What is this guy doing? Internship paid thea unpaid. Bro, that was paid. You doing a background check on me or what? Cloudinary.image. Docs. On upload. Cloudinary upload this uploads the photo shown below on the left and activates the Cloudinary AI background removal add-on. The photo then ultimately gets stored in the product environment. Is the dog image shows on the right with a fully transparent background. Okay. Let's see your portfolio. I don't have any portfolio, bro. Are you using Multer to upload safely on? I do not even know what Multer is. What is Multer? It simplifies the process of receiving and processing files by adding a body. Multer is a Node.js middleware for handling file uploads. Okay. Requests from web forms. It simplifies the process of receiving and processing files by adding a body object with a text field object with uploaded file to the request object. Multer can store files in memory on the local system. No, I mean, I'm just following the tutorial and I feel like he has done quite some mistakes and he's not using Multer. He's just destructuring. He's just taking the image from the request.file object and then uploading it to Cloudinary, and then use Cloudinary background removal API to get it done. This, he's doing this then. No, not this. Yeah. Okay, image. Background removal, Cloudinary and notification URL.
ठीक है,
Effect background removal.
एंड मैं यहाँ पर जो इसको सेव करूँगा वो प्रॉम्प्ट कंटेंट और यहाँ पर
I don't get what this guy is doing. On the fly. Effect is background removal. Okay, that makes sense. But background removal removes the background. I don't get it. What is this guy doing? Let's just see. Effect background removal. You know what? Let's ask GPT. वो कब काम आएगा? Background removal. Remove the background. What am I doing? That's what he's written, right? Oh, we need to send that in the form of transformation. Transformation. Within the transformation is going to be a bit logic. Okay. What's the error now? Expected. What? Image dot path comma transformation. Oh, makes sense. And it's going to be. But I don't think so. This is correct. Let me ask GPT. To Background removal from Cloudinary AI. See, and this thing, the thing this guy added, background removal, remove the background. Right. If you're using older remove.bg integration that you use, we just need this. We just need a single effect, not this. You format this, bro. Okay.
पर हो जाएगा पब्लिश की जगह पर हो जाएगा मैं पब्लिश करता हूँ ठीक है तो यूजर आईडी और यहाँ पर ठीक है सो प्रॉम्प्ट यहाँ पर पास कर देता हूँ
We don't need form data, right? Okay, we're not calling form data anywhere here. Okay, we don't need this anymore, right? We don't need base 64. Insert into your database. You don't need to add publish this time. Okay. User ID, prompt remains the same. The secure URL, okay, and it's an image, okay, and nothing about publish.
एंड वैल्यू यूजर आईडी प्रॉम्प्ट मुझे ये चीज़ यहाँ आ जाए तो जो मैं प्रॉम्प्ट में
Oh yeah, we don't have any prompt for this. Why isn't it giving an error then? Remove the background.
बैकग्राउंड फ्रॉम इमेज ठीक है और यहाँ पर जो यूआरएल है उसको लास्ट में ओके तो उसके बाद मुझे जो और क्या फंक्शन में एंड मुझे इसी तरीके से अब रिमूव बैकग्राउंड हो गया और इसी तरीके से मुझे रिमूव ऑब्जेक्ट भी करना तो यहाँ से बैकग्राउंड मैं करता हूँ ऑब्जेक्ट ठीक है
You know what? We'll do the remove object later. Let's try to see if the things are actually working. We'll do this later.
साइज का जो है वो मतलब 5 MB से ग्रेटर देन होना चाहिए
How many services have this guy added?
कोड यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं
Like 1,000 other services. That's great. Hmm. Okay, I think yeah, I think I'll end the stream here. I have to go to the gym. I've been sitting on this chair for so long now. Yeah. Okay, so this is the end. Thank you for whosoever joined. Bye bye.